Hello, Internet. Welcome to Creative Live. We are so excited to start day 2 with Roberto Valenzuela. How are you doing this morning, Roberto?
Ready to go. I got good sleep,
Good,
so feeling perfect. I'm excited about today. It's going to be fun.
We're all excited.
It's going to be great.
So folks, this is our pre-show banter, and we are just checking our audio and our video. Please let us know if you're having any difficulties in the chat room. We are going to take about 7 minutes before we get started. My name is Susan Roderick, and this is my co-host, Miss Kenna Klosterman. How are you today, Kenna?
I'm doing great. Good morning, everyone. We're back here at this beautiful landmark event center location, so it's super fun.
It is fun. So we're going to go introduce our in-studio audience to you. So why don't we start over here with you, and we can just tell us your name and maybe your website, and why don't you tell us something, a highlight from yesterday, because Roberto pretty much put you all to work, something that you learned or something that you gained from yesterday.
Right. My name is David Apeji. Yesterday was excellent. My Twitter handle is Pixist, that's Pixyst, and website is pixist.com. Now, my main takeaway from yesterday was the fact that the things you need to do to get good images are not necessarily alchemy, but there's a method to it. And I'm really excited to find out, to go deeper down the rabbit hole.
My name is Mallory DeMott with Mallory Renee Photography. My Twitter handle is Mallory R Photo, and my website is malloryreneephotography.blogspot.com. And my highlight from yesterday was just kind of just seeing how much detail goes into everything, like the look in the eye, the expression, and how much Roberto poses those things and controls those things. I thought that was really cool to see. So.
Good morning. My name is Juliana Goldberg. My Twitter handle is Juliana Goldberg, and it's Juliana Goldberg. My highlight from yesterday, it's that up to this day, Roberto, you learn from your mistakes. And I think a lot of people just choose their best pictures and forget about the bad ones. So I think going back and studying our bad pictures and learning, practicing and learning from those mistakes is like an amazing thing. So looking forward to go back home and looking at my bad pictures.
I'm Nikki Klosser, and my website is nixiephotography.com, which is Nixy. Twitter handle is Nixie Photography. I learned yesterday that I can walk into a room and look at it in a completely different way. Instead of freaking out thinking, oh, this room is not going to work, it can always work. And you can look at a room and find lots of different things that will work for you. So to look for the positive things of the room.
Well, my name is Pepe Barca. I'm from California, and my website is www.pepesphotos.com, and Twitter handle is pepesphotos. And what I learned yesterday was that I have a lot to work on with the posing, but with what you taught us yesterday, you know, I know I can do amazing things, and it's the little things that make the big difference. And I'm thrilled to start day 2 and learn more things.
My name is Fran Vega. My Twitter is @Aussie, so it's AUZZIE. In terms of yesterday, I think I learned overall, like everything to me was new and different. And but the biggest thing that stuck out was the whole difference between being inspired and encouraged. How there is such a difference between the two, and how often one of them can be like smoke and mirrors, and you can be so pumped up and then not really take anything away. So that was pretty awesome for me. And the other one is the common mistake that we all make, which is what? Kiss, hug, kiss, fountain. Like, that's so funny. I will never forget that. And I will always think of that as something not to do.
Kiss, fountain. Classic.
It is.
It's great.
That's great. Well, I mean, you guys are just amazing students. You guys are just high energy, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. You guys are just a really great team. What do you think?
I absolutely agree. And it's cool because you're representing everybody watching online can relate to one of you, which which is cool. So where are people joining us from online, Susan?
Well, I just asked, so why don't we give them a second and let those start coming through.
All right, well, we've got some from earlier. We have Sergio Ruiz, who's in Monterrey, Mexico. We have Montana, California. We have Axeman, who says, I need to take the 7s and just go through all of them systematically. Where else have we got?
I don't see anything yet.
Oh,
I just
okay.
have somebody from Houston.
Singapore, we have outside DC, Bothell, which is close by to us. We have Trini Latino, who is from Trinidad and Tobago.
Cool.
Very cool.
I've never been there.
Neither have I. Brussels, Belgium.
Never been there either. I have to travel more. No, I don't.
So what was, oh, go ahead.
No, after you.
What was your biggest learning from yesterday, Roberto?
I learned that no matter how much you teach, the creative life experience was the coolest, craziest, awesomest thing ever.
Nice.
I actually was very encouraged by you guys because you guys went out and you're put on the spot in front of not just us, but everyone watching. And if I was sitting there, which I have many times, by the way, I would, actually I did freak out a lot. And I think the reason why we do this for the people listening online is I want the process of having obstacles in your head, not noticing the little details that can make the difference between a great photo and a one that just fails. I want that process to go through your heads so we can coach you through it and you're aware of it, you can see it happening, and then everyone online watching is probably going through the same thing in their own head. And then when we coach you through it, if you need it, the solutions start to come, and this pattern becomes, hopefully sticks to you. So when you do go back home, these challenges will continue to come. You will remember the solutions, how we created them, how we got to the solutions, and then hopefully you can create your own without anybody's help. You know what I mean? So it was really fun. Today we're going to do, it's a pretty heavy day. Today is really heavy content. Well, every day is pretty heavy content-wise, but today is very heavy because we're going to, yesterday, we put more emphasis on the locations and how to find these places and how to change the location using light sources and different types of things. Remember, we used ice lights, we used flashes, we used reflectors, we used diffusers. So these tools allow you to change the way any location may look. So when you're in a situation, and we all do this, we're like, Roberto takes great photos because he's always in this greatest in the best locations. People tell me that all over the world all the time. And I'm like, no. Like, I take good photos because I worked really hard to make and transform a room no matter where I'm at. And I think yesterday we went over how we didn't choose the obvious parts of the room. I think that was one of the main things we did. I'm trying to show you how the chair doesn't have to be sit on. The chair can just be something to pose with, like it could be something for your back. The bookshelves, we used them as a source of balance, and even though there was a horizontal line crossing the room, because there was multiple, it creates a pattern and it's okay. We talked a lot about, I don't want to say this because that's part of the question, so I'm not going to say this anymore. We did talk about having a clean background. When you have your subjects, you don't want them to compete. And we talked about spotty lighting in the background. And this is actually one of the things that I saw the biggest challenge yesterday, spotty backgrounds. And I think when you put your camera to your frame, to your eye, if you see any luminance differences, like the background has some areas of brightness and some areas of darkness and some areas of brightness, and you're not going for contrast shot, you should probably go somewhere else. Or you have to neutralize it somehow. You either make it all bright, or you diffuse it and you soften the whole background. And you only show that part that's diffused. See what I mean? So that's what I learned. Yeah.
I just wanted to also point out to
Yeah.
you students that I also wanted to point out to all you students that when you guys are shooting and you're feeling nervous and you're feeling like you're maybe, not doing it right, there are so many people watching at home that you are representing, and every mistake that you make and every lesson that you learn, you're helping someone at home that has the same question and needs to learn the same lesson. So you're really putting yourself out there for everyone at home that really needs to learn the same thing that you do. So just remember that when you're feeling nervous. Okay?
That's awesome.